books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. Bet's gonna cover. Bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, October the 30th. Get a day off from the World Series, even if we don't need one. What a great game last night for the Toronto Blue Jays, coming through with that win, 3-2 series lead now as we head back north of the border, and the Blue Jays just need one win to win the World Series. The Dodgers need 2 wins, but they'll have their ace going next game. It's going to be a thriller on Friday night, Halloween. But until then, we've got NFL tonight right here on Sports Money Network in conjunction with Razor Sharp Picks. We'll have a companion stream for tonight's game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. What's going to happen tonight when Lamar Jackson comes back? I think, is he going to come back? Is it last minute? Are they going to say he's not going to come back? Is he actually not ready to come back? They said he's going to come back. The line says he's going to come back, and we'll have live coverage tonight with the Ravens and the Dolphins. Not the best game, but there's intrigue, and we'll see if the Ravens can continue that momentum or can the Dolphins intercept another one from the Ravens here on Thursday night. Thanks to everybody joining me in the chat as we get ready for the show. We also have previews of a couple of college football games tonight, 4 NBA games, and 11 games on the ice here as we have fun sports betting day. Get ready for the action here on the Sports Money Network also this weekend with our UFC coverage on Saturday from UFC Fight Night here in Las Vegas. And we'll have live companion coverage on Saturday nights. Make sure you join us here for that one. We also have First Strike up and ready. The guys have their top plays for Saturday's fight card, and we have VB MMA picks ready and available underneath the live tab as well. We had our previews this week with VB, and our guest this week was Wheezy. Wheezy was our guest analyst this week as we previewed the card, including Garcia versus Onama here on Saturday night featherweight. Top 15 contenders go at it, and the co-main event with heavyweight contenders this weekend. Ante Delia and Waldo Cortez Acosta heavyweights, top 10 heavyweights previewed here on the channel as well. All right, I want to thank everyone for coming in here and joining me for the show. We'll cover a little bit of the action from yesterday right after I say hello to some friends in the chat joining me here this morning, including Cash Kane. He's ready to get some, and Irish King is here. Nuke is ready to rock here. Who isn't if you're got that Toronto Blue Jays jersey on? Greg Gibson is here today. He said, hope you took the dogs there. They were barking last night. And Greg says, every Wednesday, it's a conspiracy theory. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel. Sports Money here on YouTube, fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Crip Key says UTSA, they cannot be stopped in conference play. They've won 23 straight at home. What? Man, this is not my granddaddy's well, I don't know whose UTSA it was, but how about that number? He says take the points tonight at home against Sumrall and A&M. M the Great says good morning and good luck today. And let's see here. Greg says only 3 teams, Denver, Houston, and the Bulls. Always remember that on Wednesday nights. Joe W. is here today. Laker boy, where's Laker boy been? Doesn't matter, he says. We got dogs always here. Fade the Dolphins, says Kripke. Home dogs after an upset win. They remember they beat Atlanta. They only cover the spread 33% of them. Wow, that's amazing. 33% of the time. We might as well retire. Irish King, first quarters are money last night. Cash Kane says he likes his Tua passing props over. Our Tomps, good morning here. Terrell says, how about Julius Randle had his prop last night as the top scorer in that game. Thought he had the game won there on that shot. Man, Austin Reeves did it again. We should talk about what happened yesterday here real quick, because that's what Nuke said. We said the Jays here plus money. Why not? Incredible here right now. The Toronto Blue Jays, shocking Toronto win 6-1 over the Dodgers. Yeah, we might have had the winner here on the morning steam at least yesterday for my pick as well, as we went with the under in that game, but it did stay under in the 6-1 win. And just incredible yesterday. Think about it with the Trey Savage, the incredible performance by him, 7 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 12 strikeouts there. Just terrific in that one with all those Ks. Just awesome for Savage. And Blake Snell gives up 2 home runs on the first 3 pitches of the game. I mean, Schneider, first pitch home run, Vladdy, third pitch home run. It was 2-0. Just like that, before anybody got into their seats. And the Dodgers bullpen fails to keep the game close again. They gave up 3 more runs. Snell threw 116 pitches with 6 2/3 innings, 5 runs, 6 hits, 4 walks, a couple of wild pitches thrown in there as well. Bo Bichette had the big RBI single, and Blake Snell against the Jays, 11 2/3 innings pitched, 10 runs, 14 hits allowed. So top of the Dodger order, swinging and missing like they were still tired from the game 2 nights earlier, the 18-inning game, and Teoscar misplayed that fly ball into a triple, basically. So travel day tonight, game 6 and 7, if necessary, Saturday in Toronto. So we'll see if they can wrap it up. Could they get it in 6 here, maybe, with the World Series? Oh, man, that was great. Okay, a few more in here. Nice to see the crew. Kelly's in here as well. Jerry's not showing up. Cash Kane says Dodgers are trouble. And Cheshire Cat makes his long-awaited return to the chat. Great to see Cheshire in there. All right, Jays are killing their team totals, and maybe Yamamoto won't be like he has been in those other 2 games because he's been awesome. And Greg says, no Lamar, no problem. Give me Baltimore. Well, what if we gave you Lamar? Would that change everything and you make it even better? We know Lamar is going to be in there tonight. Lamar is going to be throwing, and we'll see if it's a problem here tonight. Get your plays in the chat. All right. Also, last night, some other action, maybe some NBA action was fantastic. We did bring home some winners here on the Morning Steam show yesterday with the Detroit, Orlando and Detroit. We had that game over yesterday as a winner here on the Morning Steam. We had that one as one of our winners here yesterday. Also, we had Houston and Toronto game to go over as well. In that one was a victory there for Houston on the road, 139-121, went well over. We also had the over here on the show with Portland and Utah to go over in that wild one. Utah came all the way back. They probably got the money too after trailing pretty big. Portland looked like they were going away with it, and they almost folded. They did get the win. Utah got the money. We had a premium pick winner with that one as well. Here we also had a premium with the Chicago Bulls. Here are my sports money premiums in the win over Sacramento. We had them as a premium. We had the Brooklyn Nets as a premium as well over Atlanta, plus those points. Atlanta did get the win, but we had the premium plus the points. And we also had here Lakers and Timberwolves game 2 go over yesterday. It did, and the Lakers won in impressive fashion behind Austin Reeves. Incredible, making the last-second shot again. What hasn't he done this week? Austin Reeves, undrafted free agent, signs with the Lakers, took a bet on himself, and probably is going to get rewarded here. And the Lakers can only hope they get their other veterans back to go with Reeves. But in the meantime, hey, you're messing with one of the best players in the game right now, Austin Reeves. Game-winning shot after leading scorer, right? You called it, but still there, Lakers got the win over the Wolves. Wow. And then we had the Grizzlies and the Suns game 2 go under last night, 114 to 113, well under there in that one. And that was our pick here on the show. On the ice, we did win our one play with Toronto and Columbus to go over. And we also had Jacksonville State and Middle Tennessee State under here on the show as our pick here on the morning steam. And let's see who else is hanging around here as we get ready to go. And hello to Sports Money in the chat there today. Nice to have you here, ready to go tonight with the exciting game. Laker boys hanging out as well. He likes the Dolphins to win this one on the money line. Who else is coming in? And Irish King's done with player props already. And Chess better, Chess, just come on here. Don't be all Cheshiring in there now. All these people are my regulars. Okay, we'll just Raps are doing nothing, says Nuke. Terrell talking about how the top of the lineup has struggling there a little bit. And like this video, there we go. All right, cabs there for Irish King. Cash Cane's ready to go as well. All right, hey, you can get more selections from me here today when you go to winnable.com/Ramon. I'm going to hopefully give you some great picks here in just a few moments with the games tonight, including that big card in the NHL. But if you want to get selections close to game time, 30 to 60 minutes. Join me at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM. This is how you support me here on the channel. Keep coming back every day. Although I'd be nowhere without you guys on this show. It's what I live for. I don't know if that's good or bad or sad, but that's a fact. So I'm going to keep coming here as long as you guys are supporting me a little bit here on the show. Buy me a pizza or so every night. That's what happens when you subscribe for less than 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM. I've got like 60 subscribers doing that. Could you imagine how much money I'm making doing this? I do it because I love attention, and I'm got nobody but you guys in the chat. So make a play with me and subscribe over at winnable.com. All right, I'm also seeing what's going on with our algorithm here and who's the top commentator here so far here today. All right. Boston and Detroit money line here for Greg Gibson. And Nuke is saying smash it and like it and let's go. I'm ready to go. Just seeing who's the top of the charts. Greg Gibson, we got Terrell, we got Cheshire, we got Cash Cane, Nuke, Irish King in there as well. And Crip Key, Art Tomps, Kelly is in there as well. All right, thanks you guys. Appreciate it. And who else? One more in there was Laker Boy. All right, yep, Keontae George. Great to see you guys all in there. Kelly, thank you. Okay. Things are going south in the market, so better get working here and try to win today because the money is going down fast here this week. Let's get to the action here tonight. Saw some good tennis here just a short time ago. Man, that Ayala Mboko match was, I'm exhausted just after watching it. Let's start with the NFL. And you guys are already chiming off in the chat here in the NFL today with our game of the day, with Miami here hosting Baltimore tonight. Dolphins 7.5-point dog. Total 51 here in this one. So, okay, we've persevered here through the trying times of the Lamar Jackson injury. He's come back in hopefully just enough time, thanks to Snoop Huntley getting that crucial win. It almost felt like a must win. If last week was a must win, this must be a must win. After all, the Ravens have 5 losses already. The Dolphins have 6, but they weren't expected to be as much of a factor long term as the Baltimore Ravens. They can certainly work with just 5 losses here. It's only 5 losses, I say. If you've got Lamar Jackson, all of a sudden you can turn it around. Not to say they haven't had other injuries, right? And some of the other things that have gone wrong here with Baltimore here right now, but they are in position to welcome Jackson back into the lineup here. Immediately, we get a 7.5-point spread with Baltimore, like it's all cured. Remember, it wasn't going too swimmingly with Jackson before his injury either, but he had less to work with here, and maybe some of the people that he needs are back here right now. So, but will it be enough to overcome that spread of 7.5 with really 2 teams that are very subpar so far this season? Even with Baltimore, you got to say it. Everyone knows the weakest part of Baltimore here has been the defense. And I think Miami can still probably do it again here offensively with these receivers tonight from Waddle. Malik Washington was starting to get hot there a little bit in that last game, and a touchdown in the game, and maybe even Westbrook Ikine can come through with something tonight as he'll look to get a little bit more involved. I mean, this is where Baltimore struggles, so maybe if Tua can work his way, he can get going here with this offense. Now, tight end is a real problem here. Julian Hill's been ruled out. They don't even have a tight end hardly tonight. Man, bad news there for Miami. For Baltimore here, it's not just about Jackson. I mean, Miami has one of the worst run defenses in the league. They're probably bottom 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there. Derrick Henry, you could just probably give it to him all day. His numbers are through the roof. Everyone knows he's going to have a big game, but he still might have enough to get all those inflated numbers tonight. And Justice Hill, will he be there tonight? He's so up and down, inconsistent, but you might have to consider him here, especially after he drew a blank in that last game against the Bears. So receiving core, though, Zay Flowers certainly in line for a pretty strong game here tonight. And also maybe Rashad Bateman can get one going as well, but more so you got to look to the tight end with Mark Andrews. And, Isaiah Likely, you'd think one of these days is going to get going now that he's back. He hasn't matched his numbers, his expected numbers at all since his return. In fact, it's been Charlie Kolar who had the touchdown reception there of 10 yards last week. Maybe he actually is the guy. Maybe Likely never has gotten healthy enough, but he's certainly been better than that. And we expected him to be more of a contributor immediately. So let's see what you have though here in this one with the Baltimore at Miami here, and I want to hear from you in the chat in this one. Let's give it a go here. Baltimore coming off that win over the Bears, 30-16 to snap that 4-game losing streak behind Snoop Huntley. All right, here we go. I think we got some. Okay, let's see here. Tariq is here, Baltimore and the over. Cliff says, hello to Cliff there. Cash Kane, Ravens, Moneyline and over. And VAR's on the Ravens. We're seeing some two-way here. This should be a good night. Our tops, Ravens and the over. Cheshire likes the Dolphins
Final.
here, and can't. I'm still that Dolphins guy, kinda. Crib Key maybe on the Dolphins here. I think Greg's got this one. Oh, he's got Baltimore for sure here. 31-20. Here's the thing. Now, Baltimore, in their law, Baltimore's numbers themselves kind of say that they should be able to get upwards of 27 points as their team total. Miami, in their losses this season, they've lost 6 games, right? They are an underdog here, obviously. You look at the score, right? 51, so you're looking at somewhere in what? 28-21, that's 49, but it's a 7-point spread, something in there, right, where the Ravens would get close to 27 or 28 points. The Dolphins, in their 6 losses, have allowed 27 or more points in those 6 losses. So you'd have to think that the Ravens are certainly good for at least 27 here. Now, if the Dolphins can get at least their share of a number anyway, 27-20, I know that's an under. I don't know if it's going to go under, but it does show that the Ravens should score at least 27, 28 points here for sure. And I think that leads to kind of a high-scoring game. So as long as the Dolphins can get theirs, and they might even be on the back end here of maybe a little bit of backdoor action, because, man, it just seems crazy that, yes, I know that Jackson is worth that many points. We all know that, at least in the betting market, whether he is on the field or not, that can be debated. But is obviously made the line here go back to where it was almost like before we knew Baltimore wasn't very good and wasn't very good defensively. So, yes, maybe if it was at home, I might be more apt to trust the Ravens laying a bit of a number, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be willing to do so here. Now, the Ravens are a couple of losses on the road here so far, the Bills and the Chiefs, but we know those are 2 elite teams for sure. Ravens 13-8, last 21 games ATS as a road favorite. Ravens not protecting that ball. They are -7 in the last 5 games overall, but Baltimore has shored up that run defense for sure of late. Miami beat Atlanta 34-10 to stop a 3-game losing string, and Miami is just 3-6 ATS last 9, coming in off of a win. Miami defensive coordinator Weaver, he is formerly with the Ravens from 21 to 23. He did work at the Ravens, now in charge of Miami's defense. Baltimore's won 9 of the last 12 meetings. 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone over in this one. We'll take a few more picks, and I think I'm on the Dolphins here, just with that number, man. Come on, they can win this game. Kripke says Lamar's coming back. Remember the comeback. Here, Terrell, 3-leg, Tua, Waddle, and Achane. He likes this Miami offense here tonight. Tua gets up for Jackson, right? More trust at home here, but will Tua throw an interception there? Just Shire, we're reminiscing of that game. Ravens first half and full game, it looks like here for Nuke. Irish Kings got it at a blowout and under here. And Henry runs for 3 touchdowns all over Miami here tonight. I'm with Jermaine. I'm taking the Dolphins here. I think I'm also looking at the Dolphins. Hey, prove it to me, right? Like I said, I don't think they were going. Yeah, he's probable, Nuke. I think the thing is the drama with the last thing, and everybody wants to kind of say, yeah, is he really ready? But the report is, pretty clear probable. I think it's pretty trustworthy in this situation. I think it's kind of just a little bit of at least the way I was portraying it too, right? The Ravens going to smack the Dolphins. And look, there's not a lot of things you can say positive about the Dolphins. They still have looked bad. It's just I'm kind of saying that maybe the Ravens still aren't as that. But the funny thing is, right, you put Lamar on the field, all of a sudden, like, the defense is twice as, is better because of just the overall, right? Probably a lot of it has to do with at least getting some first downs, some field position. We know that it all kind of revolves around how you can do sometimes on offense. It makes the defense that much better. Ravens right now, a historically bad defense for the franchise. They're not the worst in the league necessarily at this point, although I certainly rate right now some of the Dolphins, Ravens. I'm sorry, the Ravens on some of their pass defense, not that great right now. All right. If Lamar doesn't play, Greg says, "Oh man, you guys are worrying me right now. I mean, I feel like all systems go here. That no one is really saying anything about him not playing here. But again, that's just like we said, the thing last week with the being on the scout team. And did they find the Ravens yet for that erroneous report? Last week, the NFL favorites were on a roll. The NFL favorites are on a historical roll. It seems like right now. All right. And take the Dolphins, says Cheshire. Baltimore has to go on a mean run. Yeah, they do, Greg. In that division, right now, look at it, right, with the way that with Pittsburgh, with Baltimore, 9-7. I mean, that's just two more losses they'd have to go with right here. With they're 2-5, so can they go 7-2 or something? And is 9-7 might be good enough to win that division there. So funny thing is, that's why Baltimore people kind of talked about for maybe a little bit of a futures play right now. They're so far down, but it feels like they're still built in a little bit. All right, I think that we've been yapping about it, or I've been anyway. This game. So I am taking Miami here tonight, plus those points at home. And yeah, I'm still a McDaniel guy. I'm still that McDaniel guy, just hanging on with him, saying, hey, let's hang out after the game with Tua and listen to him. Okay, that's it. I'm going to take Miami. That's it from you guys in the chat, obviously there. And should be a good one. Decent tonight, even though the records are bad. At least there's hope. I don't know if there's any hope for the Dolphins eventually, but maybe they can get this one. Okay. McDaniels looks like he's running like a head shop or something, right? And Greg says there's no way that Miami can even win the game tonight. All right. I'm going to tie in the college next, if that's okay. Just keep the football theme going. We'll get to the NBA in just a moment with 4 games, but we do have a couple of games to cover here tonight with Marshall on the road here. They're taking on Coastal Carolina in this one, and you got Marshall on the road here, favored over Coastal by nearly a touchdown in this one at -6.5. Both teams come in off of buys here. Both teams also come in off of back-to-back outright upset wins. So both of them are kind of moving in the right direction here anyway. Both teams are 4-3 right now. You have the Thundering Herd here and their quarterback, Del Rio Wilson. He has been one of the hottest quarterbacks in the country right now, quite frankly, with a 12-1 touchdown to interception ratio after struggling really in the non-conference portion of the schedule. All of a sudden, Coastal is on fire, and they're averaging 28 points per game so far since Sunbelt play has gotten underway. So they've also been looking here pretty strong right now, kind of a immediate comeback type of thing here. And hey, you're going against a team that isn't really knocking them dead too much. Both teams, like I said, at least are 4-3 so far here this season. Marshall is 5-2 against the spread, however, and Coastal is just 3-4 against the spread. Marshall's 5-2 to the over this season, averaging 35 points per game. Coastal, because of that rebound here, is averaging 19 points a game. Both teams averaging, Coastal averaging allowing 28 points a game, and Marshall here allowing 30 points per game so far this season. So, look, I think both teams are still pretty decent teams. coming in here. And right now, Marshall also has dominated the games statistically. Even the games they won, they statted two of those opponents that they did beat, and they've scored 139 points in their last 3 games overall. Coastal is 3-1 against the spread in the last 4 and playing pretty well. But man, Del Rio Wilson is looking pretty good, not only with his passing, but he also leads Marshall in rushing. Meanwhile, Coastal Carolina's used 3 different quarterbacks this season. So actually, they haven't really found the right guy. It's just that their offense has been a lot better here once they started meeting up in conference competition, maybe a little bit better here right now. So both teams could be headed bowling here. Coastal's doing a much better job here of late. Let's see how you guys have it in the chat. All right. Cheers, Jerry says not giving up on those Dodgers. Greg says the point spread will tell you if he's playing. All right. Barr likes the under here in this one. And let's see here. Jimmy liking Marshall, though. And let's see. Marshall also for Nuke. You guys putting a lot of trust in this quarterback here. I'm kind of agreeing. I know the number's a little bit high, and I'm kind of worried here. But Kripke's on Marshall. Greg, though, I think Greg there, though, this does say this is Coastal and over here, I think, actually, the way that shakes out with that prediction there. A few more if you want, but feels like a decent game here. There's also one other game tonight in college football between Norfolk State and Delaware State on the FCS board here. So just feels like this Marshall spread is pretty high, and the Coastal's not, in trouble here or anything yet. Like I said, I think they've come back pretty strong here in conference play of late. So I know you guys are on Marshall, but I'm taking Coastal Carolina here actually plus the points here tonight. I think the Sharps are clearly on Marshall here this week. It's just that the line's gone from as low as, I'm pretty sure it opened some spots as low as 2.5. In fact, I got it right here. It opened 2.5 at FanDuel. All right. 7-point teaser for Tariq with Baltimore and Marshall. And that's it from you guys. Okay, I'm taking Coastal in this one. Let's move on. Got another one here, college ball tonight with Tulane. And they're taking on UTSA here. You guys mentioned it. I mean, UTSA, how good they are at home, how strong they are at home. Both teams come in here off of a bye. Tulane, he's been their head coach, my man John Sumrall. He's been mentioned for the LSU job and several other big jobs, but he's got other things to worry about here. They used to say the same thing about UTSA's coach, Jeff Traylor, but that kind of has gone away. If you don't strike when the iron's hot, all of a sudden you're sitting with a 3-4 Roadrunner team and you just lost by 38 points to North Texas. So Tulane, they kind of got a real program going here a little bit. The Green Wave did get a little bit crazy there in that win over Army last week. That bobbled catch, remember, in the end zone by Preston with 30 seconds left. Retzlaff had an incredible day, 27 of 29. He looks to be for real, right? I mean, Retzlaff is going to get plenty of attention. A Green Wave 3-0 in conference. Now, Navy is out there in front. We know that, but so far, Tulane, they're dominating in the stats so far this season. Although we know, you guys said it, they never lose here at home. Under Traylor, they're 30-4 with that winning streak as well. And they're also 9-3 straight up against the spread in the conference, coming off of a win, including 7-0 at home, 6-0 against the spread. This is where they're really tough, UTSA, right now. And they've been tough, to figure out, though. They beat Rice 61-13, but then, like I said, got blasted there by North Texas. So we'll see what happens here. He basically says, Coach Sumrall has said he has job offers here, and it's as Tulane's head coach. So he's trying to put a funny spin on it a little bit here. And let's see what you got in the chat. I agree with you. This is always tough to go in here to UTSA. They can really put one on you. Just that right now they're a little bit subpar, under 500. Tulane's 6-1 and looking pretty good, like above average good. It feels like, doesn't it? All right, Greg said Coastal. Oh, on the Coastal game there, Kripke says that they have dominated at home, and VAR here is on Tulane. Tulane is overrated, says Greg. Nuke says take the green wave. Chosen One is on Tulane. Kripke says, don't worry, they're at home. Everything will be fine when you're UTSA. Just too many points for me. I love Tulane too, and I think they are great. But Nuke says, I don't care. He likes Tulane the way they're looking here, right? They are exceptional. They are looking like when you're talking about a coach, right, that basically he's been an assistant coach a lot, and then finally gets a decent chance here with Tulane. Now you're getting mentioned for every big job in the country. That's got to be respected a little bit. And 9 lays. I'm taking them with the spread, though. I'm going to go ahead and take UTSA at home there. Ole Miss blew out Tulane. Yeah, it's an SEC team there, but a little bit of a regional game too. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take UTSA. They are incredible at home. Tulane is awesome. This is actually a pretty decent game, it feels like, here tonight. Enjoy. Okay, Norfolk and Delaware State. I'm probably going to have a pick in that one. This is Delaware State with Deshaun Jackson, remember? He's the coach of Delaware State. They're 5-3 under Jackson and doing a pretty good job so far. And Norfolk State comes in just 1-7. All right, I think that's it for the college football here. I'm watching Shelton and Rublev. This should be a good match here at the Paris Masters. Good action at the Paris Masters. I did take an L already, though, tonight. Okay, let's keep it moving here. We're going to go to the NBA next. We got a 4-game card here in the NBA, and we're going to start it off here with the Magic taking on the Hornets. In this one, the Magic on the road here, favored by 3. Total 240. It was a great question last night in the chat. Remember who said it, you guys? Who said, Ramon, what do you think? Do you think that the totals are going to start to come back to the pack a little bit? These overs have got to start calming down. Well, I think they did again. A little bit last night, right? I think it ended up being kind of a split, but it just felt like some of the games. I mean, we scored on some overs, on some unders there last night. But what do you think of this one here with Orlando on the road here against the Hornets? Orlando's off to a little bit of a rugged start for sure, considering right now Orlando comes in at 1-4, 0-5 against the spread so far this season. The Hornets, meanwhile, are 2-2. 3-1 against the spread. The Hornets are also 4-0 to the over so far. They're averaging 128 points per game and allowing 124 points per game. For the Magic, they're only averaging 114 points per game so far this season. So it does make it a little bit uncomfortable as far as not producing what we're expecting from a young Orlando team. Meanwhile, it's been the young, I want to say young, but it feels like we've been waiting for this Charlotte team to kind of grow a little bit. Maybe they are at least decent enough to be somewhat close to a 500 club right now. I mean, LaMelo's been pretty terrific. Colin Sexton's been real good. Now, Bridges here can have he's got a tough matchup with Banchero, that's for sure. Kalkbrenner also a little bit of tough matchup with Wendell Carter. Meanwhile, Kalkbrenner is a little bit of a stiff so far, I think, defensively. Con Kneppel here as well can perform, I think, for Charlotte here. So, look, they've ended up as a dog here because mainly it feels like because Orlando needs to win a game eventually, but right now they're just not, and they're not coming close. And look at the spread record. They're 0-5 ATS. And now they're still laying points on the road because they're supposed to be a better club than Charlotte. I don't know if Charlotte is just necessarily bad enough not to try to compete in this game. Now, one thing for sure, Orlando does dominate Charlotte. They've covered 9 of the last 10 meetings between the two. But are we in a situation where maybe Orlando's just not all in? You can't really rely on the season series here right now. Even no matter how you look at it with Charlotte, yes, they have, the 2 wins so far this season. But remember, last season they couldn't win anything, and they went down the stretch. Remember, in a streak of something like 1-12 down, and it was El Tanco. It was El Tanco mode, but. Okay, so let's see if you can do it here with Charlotte, or will it be Orlando still laying the number here? They're supposed to be better. They beat them at 9-1 ATS last 10 for Orlando against Charlotte, but right now Orlando's not doing anything. And are they going to get started here? Okay, chosen one is on the Hornets. And 9 Legacy. Oh, you guys got some more football there. UTSA there. Kelly Tulane over. 9 Legacy says Delaware State lay the points. Thank you, guys. Charlotte plus the points and the money line here for Greg. Kripke says Hornets, but you know what? Magic underperforming. Arnez Little, thank you. There he is, Harnez. He says, what do you think, Ramon? We need a pick in the HBCU game of the night. What do you think in this one, Ramon? I can come in, I think, with my play in this game, and I'll make it right now in the game between Delaware State and Norfolk State. Oh, but man, can I go to the total? I'm wondering, can I play the total in that game? I've got the over 57 in Norfolk State and Delaware State. Give me the over as my play in the morning steam show. All right. Well, I was going to have a premium, but I just gave the play away. Going over tonight. The move's been on the over there. Charlotte lost 2 in a row. Now the 6 was in Miami. Give me Charlotte, says Greg Gibson. Hornets on the spread for 9 Legacy. And Kelly says, what are the trends and what do the trends look like in this game right now? Like I said, the Hornets are already 4-0 to the over coming in. So 9 of the last 13 meetings between the two teams have gone under. But look at that total, how high. Right, we're wondering, are the totals going to start to come back? Well, it was 240 right here, but it's supposed to be 2 kind of up and down teams that can get up and down. Okay, Greg says just take Charlotte. I mean, they're going to win outright, he says. Irish King, Charlotte, first quarter, first half. And let's see, Hornets team total there. All right. And I think Fernando's on and under, and there's Will Johnson in the chat. All right, Michael Vick coaches Norfolk State. What a matchup. Okay, it's going to be a tough one here, right? With Charlotte playing pretty well and Orlando not really living up to expectations so far, but they own the season series. Kind of crazy, huh? Give me the Hornets tonight. I'm going to take those points at home in a close game. I'll take Charlotte here. I usually would like a series of advantage like that, but not right now when so far the Magic haven't even been able to cover, and now you're asking them to win on the road. Art Thompson's on the Hornets here. And no doubt. I mean, I don't think they've actually been probably underdogs necessarily too many times when playing the Hornets, but all right. Will Johnson just had the game there in the KBO tonight. We saw that final come in there. I'm sorry, in the he's got it backwards there. That's the Japan League, but that's okay. The SoftBank Hawks won it, and it was LG over Hanwha in the KBO. Okay, let's keep it going here right now in the NBA. I've got the Warriors and the Bucks. Uh-oh. Get the graphic right here. There we go with the Warriors and the Bucks here in this one. The Warriors favored on the road here, -2.5 at the Bucks. What an intriguing game this is, huh? Got the Warriors coming in here 4-1, 4-1 against the spread so far this season. Meanwhile, the Bucks are 3-1 and 4-0 against the spread. You got two teams here making money early on. Warriors. Wow, what can you say here? These two teams are combined 7-2 to the over so far this season. Bucks are averaging 122 points per game. Meanwhile, the Warriors are averaging 120 points per game, and the defenses aren't too bad, but they're still going over 7-2 to the over so far. Now, the widely reported steam did come in on the under here. It says 232 on the screen, but it's actually down to like 230.5 here, maybe 231. But the move has definitely been on the under here, and maybe on the Warriors slightly too. They've moved to a 3-point favorite on the road here, but look, the Warriors are a perfect 4-0 against the spread, and it's all good right now in Milwaukee. What do you want to say? There's some nepotism going on in the Bucks or whatever to construct their roster. Maybe it's a good feel actually here for the Bucks, and they're getting points at home. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, look, we know the Warriors are going to be pretty decent. Like I said, with the, Butler. We know Jimmy came in last year, but all of a sudden, Jimmy Butler kind of feels like this presence about him here. Like the Warriors are so, like, to me, it's the chemistry feels really good in Golden State here right now. But you can't argue that Milwaukee off to a pretty terrific start as well. Now, Golden State is 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 meetings with Milwaukee. A little bit different here when you're talking about the East-West thing here. Really, that's 2.5 seasons of game, but Golden State has gotten the money on them here a little bit for the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. But look, the Bucks are looking pretty good here right now, and with them getting even a couple of points at home, I still want to try to take the Bucks here right now. I think it's a good feel for the Bucks, and I prefer them at home in this role against the Warriors here. Let's go to the chat maybe and see what you have to say in this one. And we've got AOD likes Detroit, but they're off. But we know he's going to say that every time. Bar is on the over in this one, and Greg's got it right there, right on the number pretty much. Let's see here. Kripke had some winners there. How about Giannis? Points and rebounds over. And AOD, let's see. Kripke's on the Bucks. And Warriors have the rest. The Bucks stops here. All right, I'm gonna take the Bucks here in this one. The Bucks didn't play last night, so I'm not fretting about that. Warriors have been awesome as well, though. Giannis under in his PRA says 9 legacy. Give me the Bucks here plus the points. Next up, whoops. Oh, I just had the wrong graphic, and now I just deleted the Wizards and the Thunder graphic. Oh, boy. The producer is struggling. All right, just got to retype it here. There we go. Should have retyped a new spread there too. 15.5 actually, and the total 231.5 with the Thunder. Big favorite, of course, right now against the Wizards. The Thunder. Look, Thunder, we remember they last year. Oh, it doesn't matter what the point spread is. The Thunder crushing everybody. They're winning it doesn't matter. They can lay 15 points and they'll win it by not this year. They're winning every game. They're 5-0, no doubt. They're 1-4 against the spread because the spread's too high every time right now. And even against the Wizards, maybe they'll still be too high. Wizards are just 1-3, 1-3 against the spread as well. They are 3-1 to the over, allowing 129 points per game. Seems like the Wizards get just enough in there, and you might think that Thunder can pull off another one, but it does feel like even if they were to get close to the cover, right, it might be kind of dicey that it'll be right around 15 and you have to go one way or the other. And there's a reason why they're not covering these spreads here right now. And maybe just a little bit too much, even though we know how great they are. They're averaging their margin of victory 8 points per game so far this season. The Wizards are losing by 8 points per game. Now, throw in some home court. Maybe it will be close to 2 touchdowns, but the Thunder just are not getting the numbers as great as they are. They're great. We know it. Washington, though, is just 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games against Oklahoma City. 7 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. That's 3.5 years of the 2 meetings per season going over, basically. Washington here, not exactly great, like we said, 1-3 ATS. So that's something you'll have to weigh and calculate, I think, as well here right now. So go ahead in the chat, though. Let me know what you think in this one. Chet Holmgren is out. That's got to be a factor. Jalen Williams, he is out still here for Oklahoma City. Isaiah Joe, questionable. Although Washington getting Koulibaly back in here finally for them. So they actually add a player here, a decent player, right? Bilal Koulibaly. Bagley, though, is questionable with ankle injury. So can you stomach it here, or is it still going to be a Thunder blowout? See what you got in the chat here in this one. And Will, not a big fan of this card tonight. Warriors might beat up the Bucks possibly. Bucks came back in New York, right? They're playing some okay teams. 9 Legacy Curry on his points, 3-pointers over. Irish King, OKC, first quarter. Wizards on the spread here for 9 Legacy. Giannis says he wants to get his brothers a ring. Wiz covers this one, maybe Thunder by 16 there for Greg, but I think more so that's probably an over. And there's Justin in the chat today. He likes the over in this one as well. AJ Mitchell over for Terrell. These money. LaMelo, double. Art Thompson on the Thunder. NYC Bar on the under. And Tariq likes OKC. Team total over. Giannis over for Justin and his points and rebounds. Robert Dixon going over here in this one. And maybe Thunder leave the back door. We're getting it almost right now through the first few games, right? Some of the blowouts. We saw Utah come back. We've seen some big-time comebacks. Not that Washington's the type. I think the comebacks we've seen actually been with mediocre teams, but still. I'm going with the Wizards as well. I mean, I got a Thunder team that is, basically not covering the number. I'm taking the Wizards here plus the points in this one and figure, maybe it'll be 12, okay? Finally, it's the Heat taking on the Spurs, and the Spurs are favored by 5.5, the total 229. What a matchup this is, too. You got the Heat coming in here. They're 3-1. They're 4-0 against the spread. The Spurs are 4-0 straight up, 4-0 against the spread. I said I'm going to be on the Heat here quite a bit. I like the way this team is, the chemistry of this team is made up, and I think they're immediately back. I think they're immediately a concern for at least the teams in their division. They are going up against pretty what looks to be like an elite club. It looks like San Antonio not only drastically has improved, we knew they were already on the rapid improve with Wemby getting better, getting more experience, and the Spurs building it up. But all of a sudden, boom! I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a fluke necessarily, or maybe a little bit of a hot start. Going to be some regression with an undefeated record and all, but maybe not. Spurs doing it with defense, allowing just 104 points per game, but the Heat are averaging 131 points per game. And when Coach finds something that works, they go with it. So the Heat are up tempo right now, big time. They're averaging a plus 16 in their win margin here so far this season in these games. So let's see what you got though here with Miami and San Antonio. Miami's actually 5-0 straight up and 4-1 against the spread their last 5 games against the Spurs. Let's go to the chat with you guys, however, and see how you have it in this one. Okay. There it is. Sean said it. Allow returns. I mean, that's part of the best part of our handicap, I think, for sure, in there. Thunder be talking people out of the game when they get up. Taking people out of the game. I can read it now. Heat for Justin, Spurs money line for NYC Bar. Irish King likes the Spurs. First half here. Miami covers in this one with that balanced scoring. Justin likes Flowers over. Gotta like Flowers over today. Greg says he likes the Spurs to win, but I think that's a Miami cover right there. That might be an over. Here we're at down to 229 on the total here. Huh? I think that actually has to be updated. That 229 is legit. I mean, we're seeing almost 228 and a half out here. So big move to the under here. I agree with that move, quite frankly. But I got to pick out of these two, and I think the Heat keep it going here right now and get this cover tonight. I'm going to take the Heat. Like I said, I like this club here moving forward. And maybe there'll be some money to be made. I think people think the Heat were heading downhill. In fact, you know what? It probably helps that they had that loss that kind of stood out to everybody, because right now they look pretty decent, and I think they will be decent here this season. I like the Heat moving forward. And how about Pele Larson? I mean, you had to be on him last game. 31 minutes, 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists for Larson. Game of his life. A few more comments here. Let's take a look. Wemby off the monster game. Terrell says, how about a Miami parlay here in this one? Sean says, the Spurs defensive rating makes the entire game outside shooting. Justin said, let's see here. Miami might beat the Spurs. UTSA over for Justin. All right, I guess that's it for the NBA. Man, get ready, you guys. On Monday, we've got a big college basketball card, and I think I'm coming in on Tuesday, hopefully here with a new show for college basketball on Tuesday nights here on the Sports Money Network. If I can get my shit together in my life, and try to take on another show here. What else am I going to do we don't have any more contender series, so I'm finding that I'm lonely around 8 Eastern, so might have to do a show with college basketball. All right, I guess that's it. We're going to go to the ice now. We got 11 games to talk about, so we better get to it. All right. Sean had to get approval from his wife. Thank you, Mrs. Fox. I think that's what that is. Yeah, the schedule's on fire right away. So, it's full speed ahead on Saturday. I've been enjoying watching a lot of the exhibition games here over the last couple of nights. Okay, let's go to the ice here. We got a nice 11-game card to talk about and hopefully get some of this going here. Hey, we won our play here last night on the show with the over in the Toronto-Columbus game. It was 6-3. So we got it. But we got to have this one. Here we go. Let's go. Buffalo and Boston here with the Sabres on the road taking on the Bruins. Looks like Lion here for the Sabres. Let me update the goalies. Make sure we got them right here. These are the ones I was using last night. All right. No, nothing confirmed here just yet. Lion comes in here 3-4-1, a 2.77 goals against, a 92% save percentage for Boston here. Jeremy Swayman 3-4, 3.44 goals against, and an 88.5% save percentage coming into this one for Buffalo here. They've struggled on the road so far for sure. I know this one rates is pretty even, but Boston, yeah, they've been off to a little bit of a slow start. They actually been pretty inconsistent, right? Almost like up and down so far already after just 12 games. They're winning, they're losing, they're winning again. But they are allowing 3.7 goals per game so far this season. However, these two teams here, 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under in this series, but the Bruins so far are 7-5 to the over this season. But man, 6.5, is it still mostly 6.5s out there? I'm gonna take the under in this one at 6.5 here with Buffalo and Boston. Yeah, Boston allowing 3.7 goals per game. You got to figure Swayman probably going to round into a little bit of form here. Lion just 2.77 goals against. I'm gonna go under here with the Sabres and the Bruins. All right. Justin's on the Bruins here. Cash game liking the Sabres. Greg says take those Bruins and go over. NYC Bars on the over. Nuke says take the Bruins here at home. Nine Legacy Bruins. Irish King Bruins and Pasternak for his ATG. Next up, the Flames here trying to figure it out right now against the Senators. In this one, you've got Dustin Wolf coming in here, 2-7-1, 3.44 goals against. But Linus Olmark, 4-4-1 with a 3.43 goals against, 86% save percentage. Wolf is saving 88.5% here in this one. We've got a couple of Canadian teams going at it, so I do still look at the series history a little bit, even though you have the East-West factor here. Calgary's lost 5 of the last 7 games against Ottawa. Overall, Calgary obviously in a little bit of a funk right now, and yeah, it's kind of made the price here close to $1.60 in this one, and I still probably going to tolerate it somehow. I don't know if I can lay the puck line. Actually, I'm going to take maybe a -1 here with Ottawa. Try to make it at least a balanced line today. I don't like to take these -1s, but I don't know if I'm going to lay necessarily a whole goal and a half here. But the way Calgary's going right now, just not willing to trust them here necessarily, especially on the road. They haven't won yet here so far this season. These two teams are a combined 16-6 to the over so far this season. I mean, Ottawa was going over at home dating back to last year as well, and so was Calgary. So there might be some goals and volatility here maybe, but Calgary in a real funk right now, losing these games here basically 1-8 or something like that in their last 9 here. So I'm going to still try to take Ottawa here in this one on the morning steam show, and take them at -1 here in case they need a overtime or a shootout. All Canadian battle. It could be a little bit of, here we go with some of the plays in the chat though, and see what you have. I'm kind of wimping out here in this one. All right, Senators, Justin will do it for me. He'll lay the goal and a half, get that empty netter here maybe, or something to that effect. Probably should do it with him there. I mean, come on, it turns the price completely around there. Blue Jackets, that was free money yesterday. There says Will. Yeah, I bet him too. Senators for Cash Kane. Senators here, though, for Greg as well. And Senators Moneyline team total over. And Ottawa giving up big-time goals here, though. 4 goals a game, says Nuke. Yeah, Flames are allowing 3.6 goals per game, but at least they are here. And again, like I said, 16-6 to the over. And not only that, you're only dealing with a 6 here I don't think there's any. In fact, I see 5.5 over here a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe when we get mediocre teams together, will it eventually be an under? Now, granted, Ottawa at least is hanging in there with a 5-5-1 record right now. Let's see here. Hockey's easy. Just make your pick and then fade yourself, I think is what Kripke's saying. Senators puck line here for Bar, and I think that's it. All right, next up. Whoops. Oh, that's not the right game. Where's it at? Hold on a second here, you guys. I think I've lost my man. I'm having okay. I got the Stars and the Lightning in here somewhere. I think I've lost my spot. Okay, this show's gone to heck. All right, we got the Stars and Ottinger here taking on the Lightning and Vasilevsky. There we go. I think $1.50, 6 under 15. Is that what you guys have? Let me know. Let me get the right game up here. There we go. Stars on the road here, taking on the Lightning in this one. Stars coming in here 6-3-1. So far, so good, but not so good on the puck line, especially when they've been favored so far this season. It's been a little bit of a disaster for Dallas, but they're an underdog here in this one. And the Lightning are 4-4-2. 3-7 on the puck line so far. Both teams average 2.9 goals. Both teams allow 3.0, 3 goals exactly here so far this season. For Dallas here, coming in here, they've lost 6 of their last 8 trips into Tampa Bay coming into this one. So Dallas has been on an under streak here so far right now, under currently in 6 straight games. They went over in their first 4 games, and they went under in 6 straight games right now. So Lightning here, they've been split on their totals here so far this season, but they have gone under in 5 of their last 7 games overall coming into this one. So let's see, though, how you have it here with Dallas and Tampa Bay. Dallas has lost 17 or 12 of the last 17 meetings to the Lightning overall right now. They have the better record here a little bit. But let's see how you have it. Nuke is going over here. Maybe it was the last game. Lightning in regulation for Justin. Lightning puck line for Bar. Carolina regulation back there in that. Sorry about that, Irish King. We'll get to that game. I kind of blew the graphic there. Greg's got the Stars to win this one. Good morning to Bo, the Jays. Oh, my goodness. Robert, hello. Good morning. Yeah, it's going to be great, Bo. Man, we kind of want 7 games maybe, but maybe the Jays say no. I mean, even the fans, even the bettors, we don't need to mess around with it. Just win it.
Final.
Like I said, I got those Dodgers futures, but you know what? Nobody likes the Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers. We all hate the Dodgers. So, FAA came back. I'd already considered, I thought I was going to lose that match to Altmaier. I had the premium pick in there with FAA sent out there on Winnable, and he did cover the 3.5 game spread there, 15-11. So Shelton over here just took command. I think they're in the tiebreaker here in the first set. So I did lay 2.5 games to Rublev in this one. Right now, Rublev is definitely hanging in there, but Shelton may get this first set anyway. We'll see. It's in a tiebreak right now. Okay, guys, let's see what you got, though, here in this one. Let's see what's going on with Dallas and Tampa. There's Robert, like in Tampa, in regulation. And Robert McCormick going under here in this one. And Bo said all that Dodger money, right? Nobody was taking the Jays there. Lots of Dodger money out there. All right. And let's see. So we right there on the spread, about $1.50 here or so with Tampa Bay so far in this one. But, so far with Dallas here, let's see. Justin went for it. He says now they got him back to the wall there, but like everybody knows that certainly the Dodgers have their best chance with Yamamoto going. No one, even our Jays fans are better. So I mean, they're going to respect obviously what Yamamoto. They want him to kick their butt, but it's definitely something that you're like, hey, you know what? If we don't beat Yamamoto, hopefully we'll get that game 7. But okay. Justin bet it last night. Bo's like, cash out already, cash it out. All right, and this one I'm gonna take the Stars actually here on the road over Tampa Bay. Give me the Stars plus $1.25 or so in this one. Keep it going here right now with their. I don't know where the two games went in the middle. I want to do that Islanders game so bad. We have the Predators here on the road. Man, what have I done here with Juicy Saros up against Vladar and the Flyers? Man, why am I missing 2 of my games here? Am I doing too many shows, you guys? Am I on too many channels? I lose my focus. All right, here we go. Predators and Flyers here in this one. The Preds on the road. They're 4-5-2 so far this season. 4-7 to the under so far. Flyers come in 5-3-1. So far, Flyers are averaging 2.9 goals per game. Predators are allowing 3.4 goals per game coming into this one. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. 10 of the last 14 between the two teams here in Philadelphia have gone under when these two teams have met. What do you think here in this one? With you got Saros coming in here right now. He's got goals against average of 2.84, 4.32 record, 90.5% save percentage for Vladar here. 3-2 with a 1.81 goals against and a 93% save percentage. Vladar has been tough. And you have the Flyers here, $1.45 right now. They've been the better team here a little bit than Nashville so far, and maybe, just maybe, the Flyers at home can be a little bit more solid here. They've look good at home so far this season. I think they have just 1 loss so far, and I think Nashville on the road, I think they just have 1 win so far this season. So probably willing to take the Flyers, my least favorite team to bet all time, but I'm going to take them here at $1.45, I think, in this one. Let's see here. Flyers 3-2 for Greg in there. Dodgers were swinging and missing so bad last night, missing by a foot. Yamamoto's been incredible. We know that. We know how strong he's been. It's great. It's great for baseball. We're talking baseball. I know we're in the hockey segment. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying that's great that baseball, right? Everyone can get on board. Predators here, though, for Robert. I'm going to go ahead and take the favorite, actually, there, Robert. First game we've disagreed on in a week. Let's see here. Jays can't beat Yamamoto. Flyers are playing well, says Greg. Yeah, they're playing all right. I'll take them here at $1.45 or so. All right, can we get to that Islanders game yet? Islanders here with Rittich. I know Rittich is confirmed in the goal. Freddie Anderson is also likely to start in this one for Rittich here. Comes in with a 2-0 record, 2.0 goals against for the backup of the Islanders. Done a pretty good job, actually, here for Carolina and Freddie Anderson. 4-2 with a 3.1 goals against, 89% save percentage here so far. Hey, what can you say? The Islanders have done a nice job so far this season, 4-1. They're 8-1 to the over, are the Islanders so far, allowing 3.7 goals per game. Carolina is averaging 3.8 goals per game. They are 6-3 5-4 on the puck line. I'm going on the puck line here for sure with the Isles. You do have to lay about a $1.35 here, but I'm taking the Islanders here plus a goal and a half tonight in this one against the Canes. Give me the Islanders. I think they're doing a pretty good job so far. I know the series trends don't necessarily favor them here. They've lost 7 of the last 10 games against Carolina overall. Carolina's also won 5 straight at home over the Islanders, but I'm going to take the Islanders on the puck line here. Carolina's been a pretty solid over at home so far this season. The Islanders have gone over in 5 straight games, and they've been a dead solid over dating back to last year. Only one of their last 11 games have actually gone under, dating back to last season. And Shelton wins the tiebreaker 7-6 to win that first set. He's fired up about it. I'm not fired up about it because that's going to be hard to cover that game spread now. Going to need him to win 6-3 here. I think we're laying. Oh, no, we can win 6-4. We're laying 2.5 here, but he's going to have to kick his butt. All right, couple comments in the chat. Canes and under here for Kane. How about that? Canes and under for Cash Kane. Greg says 4-3 Canes. Cash Kane says 3-2 Canes. Bobby Mack says Islanders on the puck line. You got $1.28 in there. Var says Hurricanes. And Bo, in the World Series 25 years ago. Just kidding, Bo. Love these Jays. Islanders might win, says Greg. They might. And they did say the World Series ratings, the television ratings, the ratings in the United States are down for this World Series so far. Not terribly, but down. But maybe because you have a Canadian team. The ratings in Canada are through the roof. The ratings in Japan are through the world ratings are up. The United States ratings are down. So it's a world game too, though. It's an international game. I know I just said Japan because you got Otani, but doesn't matter. That's part of it. But that was what the media columnists were already saying here a little bit. Okay, let's keep it rolling here right now with the Penguins down the road here, taking on the Wild. I got Tristan Jarry going for the Pens, and Gus in net for the Wild for Gustafsson. 2-5 record, 3.41 goals against, 0.89 save percentage so far. Tristan Jarry, 4-1, 2.62 goals against, a 91.5% save percentage. Pittsburgh's off to a pretty good start. They've all done very well in this series. They're 10-3 last 13 against Minnesota overall. Minnesota's struggling right now out of the gate here for sure. Minnesota coming in just 3-5-3, having really just won outright one of their last 7 games overall. 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Pittsburgh's won 5 of the last 6 games when they've come in and taken on Minnesota. It is an East-West game, so that's a 3-year sample size, but Pittsburgh's looking good here right now in the regular season. They're 7-2-2. They've won 5 of their last 7 overall in this one. And yeah, Wild can do it at home, but right now, until we see a turnaround, I mean, I want Pittsburgh in this one. I got to take the Penguins on the road here at a little plus money. Probably +1 might be maybe more safe here and an okay price. But I like everything that I see about the Penguins, and not much to like here with the Wild. The Wild are 7-4 to the over so far this season. Pittsburgh is 9-2 on the puck line. It is a -175 to take that puck line today, but you want to win the bet, don't you? So I like Pittsburgh here to keep it going, man. Crosby's looking young out there. Yankees would have upped the rating, you think? Right? Bars on the under here. And amazing. Last team to three-peat. Was it that long ago? They really did three-peat. No one can even win 2 in a row nowadays in the major leagues. Penguins for Justin. Roberts on the under in this one. Pittsburgh money line, no problem. Irish King. Greg Gibson, Pittsburgh. All right, Vancouver's taking on St. Louis. When should we stop talking about St. Louis and all those home wins? But I guess they still have that good streak going. But yeah, Vancouver comes in here 5-6. St. Louis is 3-6-1. They're also 3-7 on the puck line. These two teams are combined 13-8 to the over so far this season. For Vancouver, they've struggled against St. Louis, actually, having lost 5 of the last 6 meetings. But right now, St. Louis is on a losing streak, 5 games in a row. They have just 1 win, I think, at home this season so far. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. St. Louis has been a pretty strong over, even dating back to last season. I mentioned they are 7-3 to the over right now. And if you even go back to the end of last season, they've gone over in 16 of their last 20 games overall.
Final.
Also, 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams in St. Louis have gone over, and I'm going over here as well, even with my man Thatcher Demko in goal here. Demko, 2.17 goals against, 4-3 record, 92.5% save percentage. But for me, I think you got Bennington here so far, 2-4 with a 3.27 goals against average, 86.5% save percentage here. I'm going to go over tonight, and I better up it there. I have 5.5. Oh, you know what? There's some 6s out there, but even the 5.5s are only over 25. So that's a pretty fair line right there. I'll go over. You can grade me at 6, but man, if I get 5.5 over 25, I'm willing to get a little extra on that one as well. So I'm going to go over with the Canucks and the Blues here tonight. And it's going to be Cash Kane on the puck line with the Blues. And Greg said, always a rematch, always go. You know what? I will say that is true, Greg, but I would say it's not always true. I think people old like me, sometimes back in the day when we think of these teams with all the money, right? But there's still a lot of parity. And back in the day, it was really a lot of the big markets won. And it got to be a little bit of, oh man, the Yankees and Dodgers again or whatever. But you know what? I think the thing nowadays, even though we complain a lot about the money teams, I think it does allow for, sometimes a team can step up and say, hey, 1 year we're going to spend a bunch of money and win, right? Or get, like a team when Kansas City won it, even when the White Sox won it. We think of how bad they are, but remember, they just won it. I know it was a lot of years ago now, but it does allow teams that maybe can say, hey, we're going to go for it one time and spend, right? Penguins here. Kripke's going to do the old reverse theory here in this one. This feels like a good one to do it on. St. Louis 1-4-1. Yeah, one went outright at home. Greg says 4-2 Blues. Lost 5 in a row, says Irish King. And boxing rematches, right? So-and-so 5. Okay. Canucks puck line. And Canucks, maybe the injury factor, though, here could be a factor for the Canucks. I mean, everybody's out of this one. The key players here, I think, are Garland right now. He's out tonight, and also Quinn Hughes. I think those are 2 pretty decent names. Also, Mancini hit the IR long-term here. But you have Garland and Hughes out for Vancouver tonight. That's a pretty big factor. But Robert Thomas, not our Robert Thomas, but Robert Thomas is out for the Blues, or is doubtful for the Blues. Okay. Let's see here. Going to keep going right now. The Blackhawks are taking on the Jets here tonight. And look at the Jets. Are they really 250? Have the bookmakers not been watching the Chicago Blackhawks? Now Winnipeg's doing pretty well. We know 7-3 record, but the Blackhawks are still coming in with a good 5-3-1 record, or 5-3-2, I think actually now, right? And 9-1 on the puck line so far with the Blackhawks, and they've been dogs pretty much in that role every time. And this one's a pretty decent price. I mean, Blackhawks tonight, you probably get plus $1 or plus 1.5 at minus $1.30 or so here tonight against a good Jets team. But look, the Blackhawks have been a kind of a good story so far, right? We weren't expecting this. they were allowing just 2.6 goals per game. The Jets are allowing just 2.5 goals per game. It does feel like a hot goaltending matchup tonight with Spencer Knight in here. 2.11 goals against, 4-2 record, 4-2-1, 93% save percentage. Connor Hellebuck, 5-3, 2.25 goals against, and a 92.5% save percentage. Chicago's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Winnipeg's gone under in 4 of their last 6, and 7 of the last 9 meetings between these semi-familiar opponents. Certainly, familiar opponents here have gone under 7 of the last 9 overall, and Winnipeg's been going under at home so far this season. I think only 1 game's gone over. So I got to go under in this one with Chicago and Winnipeg. Should be a good game. Why wouldn't this one be 3-2 here tonight? And maybe Winnipeg wins it, but I've got to take probably Blackhawks and under. But let me make under my official play here in this one with the Blackhawks and the Jets here tonight. Blackhawks money line here for Greg. I mean, they're the price is good. The price is fine, right? No doubt. Just seeing right now. I don't know if there was an official time change. Okay, no, it's okay. No, here we go. VAR's on the over though. Here, doesn't like what I had to say about it. Both teams to score. There 3. Is that right? Both teams score in the first period. Chicago puck line there for Robert. He's on the under as well. Bedard, a good goal there, and Irish King, anytime goal. We got 3 more here. We're not doing a good job. I like this card. I mean, I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about. So, guess what? I just somehow I scrolled down. I mean, there's 11 games right now. I had to retype those graphics. For some reason, I drag them up. You ever seen the StreamYard? You can kind of like drag the graphics up and down. And the games that I mistyped are at the bottom. I could have just swung them up, and so I typed them over again. These are the problems of a YouTuber, YouTube sports handicapper, self-made, self-made. I'm going to say a millionaire. Rangers and Oilers. So thanks to the subscriptions there. All right, Rangers and Oilers. Oilers here favored $1.65. I guess the Oilers are ready to get going here now. This is about time, but I'm not going to trust these Oilers right now. They are 5-4-2, 3-8 on the puck line. I mean, they're nothing impressive here. Always a favorite, laying too much. Feels like the Rangers are no good at home, but good on the road so far. I mean, they're really bad at home, historically bad right now. Edmonton has won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two have gone over here so far in Edmonton. Edmonton's going over at home so far this season. No doubt about it. Only 1 game's gone under, I think, here. But Rangers are 4-7 to the under because they're only scoring 2.2 goals per game. So far. So, you know what? They might be winning a little bit on the road. They're not scoring at home. We know they didn't score in the first 3 games or something like that at home. So we'll see here. The Rangers are playing much better on the road so far this season. And let's see what you got here. Still, the Rangers have lost 6 of their last 8, I think, here right now into this one. So see what you got. I mean, you do have here Igor going expected for the Rangers, 2.25 goals against, 2-4-2 record, and Skinner, 2.41 goals against. Oilers, well, we need a goalie still. We're the Oilers. Skinner's 2.41 goals against, 3.3-1 record. We know we'll probably give it up a little bit more than that, but I'm going to go under in this one with the Rangers and the Oilers here tonight. Give me the under with Shesterkin and Skinner. The way things are going right now, I think I want to go under here. All right, let's see here. Rangers money line for Robert. He likes the under here as well. Can we get it under 6? I put 5.5 on the screen there, but 6 under 20 at a major offshore book. And the book down here selling the hot dogs has 625. And my home book here, 6 under 15. So I can get 6 under. I'll get the under here, the Rangers and the Oilers tonight. Oilers puck line for Bar. Rangers are good on the road, says Cash Kane. Looks like Blackhawks, so take the Jets in regulation, says Grip Key. You know, the guy on the old grid show there, opposite picks. He gives you all these reasons, gives you like 10 reasons why this team would win. He says, forget about it, go with the other team. Cash King likes the Oilers here, and Greg's got the do factor for the Rangers. I thought I had some better reasons to pick the Rangers, but the do factor works sometimes. The Devils and the Sharks. You got the Devils here, pretty big favorite at minus 230 here so far. And, well, you know what? Devils come in 8-2. I mean, they're off the charts here right now, looking outstanding. Sharks are 6-2. They're pretty much the Sharks at this point. Maybe that's okay for them, but these two teams combined 13-7 to the over. The Sharks have given up here 4.6 goals per game so far this season. They've covered some puck lines so far. Have the Sharks are 6-4 on the puck line, but still, San Jose is still looking for their first home win of the season. They've lost 10 straight dating back to last year. New Jersey, meanwhile, hot. Won 8 of their last 9 overall coming into this one. New Jersey's been trending over here a little bit, so San Jose. We might see some goals. If that's the case, I think the Devils can get the puck line here, and I'm going to go ahead and lay it. I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with the Devils tonight. Feels like if they can get the win, they can get that extra goal at even money, and I'm going to lay the goal line here with the Devils and the Sharks. I might trust the Sharks against some mediocre opposition, but right now it does feel like New Jersey, I don't want to call them elite. I think they're off to a very good start, but man, it's impressive right now at 8-2, allowing 3 goals per game so far. In fact, Jake Allen's allowing just 1.93 goals against, and he's 5-0. Nedeljkovic is allowing 4 goals a game, and he's 1-2-1 with an 87.5% save percentage. So I'm going to go ahead and take New Jersey and lay it here in this one. And Cashian said this has been a long trip for the Rangers, and man, you're in Edmonton here right now. That is a great point. And in those, I like to look at the head-to-heads, and it does favor the Edmonton, no doubt about it. Cash Kane, Devils money line. Greg says Sharks money line tonight. Robert likes the under here in this one, and he also likes the Sharks. You guys are on those Sharks here, and Oilers looking strong. Look strong. Oilers take the Rangers. Kripke and we do's here. And the Red Wings are on the road taking on the Kings tonight with Talbot going here for the Wings. Cam Talbot is confirmed in goal tonight. 3-1 record, 2.98 goals against, 89% save percentage. The Red Wings goalies are not as hot as they were early on when they've kind of helped that. But they've won 2 in a row here. And Talbot had a rough game, no doubt, last time out against the Islanders in that 7-2 loss. But still good numbers here. Kemper, 3-2-2. 2.81 goals against, 89.5% save percentage coming into this one. These two teams basically 50-50 on the over-under splits so far this season. However, Detroit has lost 6 of their last 7 games in Los Angeles overall. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and I'm going over tonight in the Red Wings and the Kings. Give me the over here in this one. And the show is just about over. And the stock market hasn't gone back up yet, so we better pick some winners here tonight. See what you got here. Greg had a letdown spot for the Devils. I missed Barr here. He's got the puck line. And Red Wings on the second game of that road trip. Kings are winless at home. Oh, man, I know for sure here, God, the Kings got to win. Get this going here a little bit. I feel worried a little bit about the Kings, but at least they got their a team in here that they can beat in the Red Wings. They've beaten them, they've been beating them. Kings money line here for Robert. He likes the under, and Greg says Kings here. All right, don't forget, you can get my picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. We're going to play the commercial right now and get ready for the drawing. So let's bring Mikey Money in to tell us how you can get our picks from the team over at winnable.com.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, thanks, gang. Thank you, Mike, for that. Let's get ready to bring in the giveaway here and make a drawing out of it and see who wins. Type something into the chat if you want to be eligible for the drawing here. Going to give away a little subscription package on Winnable. If you don't want it, you can give it away to somebody else. But let's see who wins here today. Got the names bouncing around. Who's going to score this prize package worth $20? Greg Gibson, my man. Greg, thanks for hanging here every day with me and giving me your opinion on all these games. Solid opinions from you, obviously well thought out and well researched. And that's all we're looking for here from the Chat All-Stars. And you've done a great job since joining the Stat All-Stars team. If you want a subscription from me, or if you're already in there, I'll extend it. Thanks a lot to you, Greg. All right, hope it was a good show here today. Want to thank you all, and we'll be here tonight for Thursday Night Football, Ravens and the Dolphins, and there's other stuff going on as well here. So check it out tonight with us here on the Sports Money Network. Should be. I got Thursday high school football. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on while we're on the air. That's gonna be hard, but they're playing some games on Thursday night because of Halloween tomorrow. A little bit on the last night of the season, so I got 4 games I got to kind of watch there. So I hope the guys will be chatting it up. All right. That's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show, and I'll be back tomorrow to do it again, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Don't forget, First Strike is up and ready. The guys have their top picks for the UFC card on Saturday night, and also VB MMA Picks is up, ready, and available, I believe, underneath the Lives tab, so you can get ready for Garcia versus Onama and Waldo Cortez Acosta against Ante Dalia. Good main event there. In fact, the co-main event, you have top 10 heavyweights, and the featherweight bout is a top 15 bout. Actually, Cortez Acosta and Dalia was originally the main event, and then they bumped it for Garcia when Garcia is coming in there with a 6-fight winning streak, and the opponent has a 4-fight winning streak there with Onama. So, they got that one, and that'll be the main event there a little bit. Those heavyweights can just, sometimes lay on each other. We know that. All right, that might do it here for the show. Also got a little bit of action today. Serie A. It's Thursday, so there's some Serie A action in there. Maybe don't go. For some reason, Ramon was on 2 overs in Serie A. I had regret as soon as I sent it out there. What are we doing? We cleaned up. We had a good Spain card, 2-1 there. But when you see your capper giving out 2 unders in a Serie A game, run. Oh, wait, don't. That's me. All right, get my package over there at Winnable. I'll do better than that. We've had a pretty good run this week, especially in tennis here. I don't think Shelton's going to get there against Rublev here, hanging in. Good match for sure. But all right, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll catch you more later on the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. Ramon Scott. Sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the mother.